Hey everyone, and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Also, welcome to day 8 of our 10-day at-home yoga challenge. I am so happy that you are here. In today's class, we will be testing our balance while also building strength and stability in the body. All right, let's get started. All right, join me by standing nice and tall on your mat. And when you arrive there, place your feet so that way they're roughly hip distance apart, toes pointing forward. So for our practice today, we will want to establish a really strong foundation, a strong base, especially as we explore these balancing postures. So therefore, I will encourage us all to press into all 4 corners of our feet. And what I mean by this is right here as well as right here. All right, including those toesies. We want to press into the toes as well. Okay, so let's find ways to lift and lengthen through our spine by rocking our pelvis forward, rolling the shoulders back, and tucking in that chin slightly. Allow your hands to fall to your sides, palms facing forward, fingertips curling in. And now I invite you to either close your eyes or soften your gaze. All right, let's breathe in through the nose. And then breathe out through your nose or your mouth. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. So our affirmation for today's practice is, I am centered, I am grounded, I am safe. I figured that this affirmation would be really fitting for today's practice, especially as we explore postures and movements that test our balance. This affirmation can serve as a reminder that you got this. You are centered, you are grounded, and you are safe. I should also mention that if you do happen to fall out of a posture, it is all good. Know that the ground is there to catch you. I am there for you. And most importantly, you are there for yourself. You got this. So feel free to repeat our affirmation at any time throughout the practice. I am centered. I am grounded. I am safe. Let's breathe in through the nose and then empty it out through your mouth. All right, you can open up your eyes if you had them closed. And now we're gonna be testing out our balance. So on our next breath in, let's send our hands to the sky and then come up onto your tiptoes. So imagine that you're reaching for your favorite treat and it's on the top shelf. And then exhale, hands float back down to your sides and then rock back onto your heels, lifting your toes away from the earth. Breathe in, coming up onto those tiptoes, arms reaching up and overhead. And then exhale, floating the hands back down, rocking towards the heels. One more time, breathe in. And out. Breathe in to come back to a mountain pose. All right, now let's bring our feet together, nice and together, legs together, so we're kind of like zipping on up here. And now we are going to imagine that we're sitting back into a chair that is behind us. So begin to hinge forward at your hips, dropping your center, knees tracing over top of the feet. Most of the weight will be placed in our hips as well as in our heels. We're lengthening down through that tailbone. On our next breath in, let's send our hands out in front of us, biceps towards the ears, palms facing one another. So here we are in chair pose. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. And then on our next breath out, let's twist over towards the right, sweeping our arms back and behind us. Our knees are still bent. Breathe in to come back to center. Exhale, twisting over towards the left. Arm sweep towards the left. Breathe in, back to center. Exhale to the right. Breathe in, back to center. Exhale to the left. Breathe in, back to center. And exhale, we rise. Really great work. All right, so now we will be testing our balance. You got this. Now that our body is all warmed up and we're prepared. So bring your feet so that way they're roughly hip distance apart. So one strategy that I do find extremely useful whenever I am entering a balancing posture is that I hold onto a focal point out in front of me. So that could be a mark on the wall, it could be an object. And if those strategies are not really useful to you, you can always use a wall for support or a person, as long as they're nice and stable, to help you out. All right, so our left leg will serve as our standing leg. So let's begin to really root down into that leg, into that foot, as we lift our right foot away from the earth. You got this. So it may be tempting to just kind of like dump all the weight into the left side, striking a pose here. But we're really gonna want to straighten through that left leg. So creating some length in our left side. All right, so drape your right ankle over top of your left thigh and then bring your hands to heart in prayer position. So there is an option to stay here, lifted, or if you would like, begin to drop your center, bending at the knee, coming into this figure 4 shape, holding on to your focal point out in front of you. So we are building strength in our feet, in our leg, getting a nice little hip stretch in as well. Feel free to rotate through your right ankle if that feels good. You got this. We're here for 1 breath cycle. Breathe in and out. Let's rise on up, release, and then take it over to the other side. So our right leg serving as our standing leg, we lift our left foot away from the earth. We're trying to bring our hips so that way they're roughly parallel to one another. All right, now drape your left ankle over top of your right thigh. Again, you can stay here, or if you would like, you can begin to sink on into that standing leg. You can rotate through that ankle as well. And feel free to repeat that affirmation to yourself. I am centered, I am grounded, I am safe. So if you fall out of the posture, it's all good. Just make your way back into it. Perhaps using the breath as a tool to help us sink deeper, dig deeper. Breathe in and then breathe out. Let's rise on up, release that. Feet are still roughly hip distance apart. On our next breath in, we send our hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in to find a halfway lift, flat back position, and then exhale to fold on down. Plant your palms and then step it back into a plank. Really press out of your foundation, all that is touching the earth. Reach your heels towards the back edge of your mat, pressing into all toe prints as best as you can. And we are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees down and then just come back to sit on or towards your heels and take some zombie arms. A bit of a counter stretch to what we just did. And breathe here. All right, so we are going to make our way back into plank pose, but we will be exploring side planks this time. And side planks can really test our balance. So therefore, at any point, feel free to repeat the affirmation, I am centered, I am grounded, I am safe. You got this. All right, so come back into that plank pose and walk your left hand towards the middle of your mat. Our wrist is stacked under our shoulder. And now let's roll onto the outer edge of our left foot and then place your right foot out in front just for some support. On our next breath in, let's send our right hand up and towards the sky. Perhaps we look on up, or you can look forward, creating some space here between your ears and the shoulders. We're really lifting our hips away from the earth and towards the sky. All right, chest facing forward. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, and then on our next breath out, let's come back into a plank pose, and then we're going to take it over to the other side. So the right hand comes near the middle of our mat. We roll onto the outer edge of our right foot. Left foot comes forward. Breathe in, left hand goes to the sky. You got this. Really lifting those hips away from the earth, pressing out of our foundation. You can repeat that affirmation to yourself. I am centered, I am grounded. I am safe. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. And then on our next breath out, let's come back into a plank pose for one breath cycle. You got this. Breathe in and out. All right, lower your knees back down to the earth. Let's just take a breather. Once again, you can take some zombie arms or you can rotate through your wrists. All right, and now let's make our way back into a tabletop position. We're coming to all fours now. So let's stack our wrists under the shoulders. Knees go underneath the hip points. We're pressing into the tops of our feet, pressing into our fingertips as we rock our pelvis forward slightly. Breathe in and out. On our next breath in, let's reach our tailbone up towards the sky, arching through our back body, looping our shoulders as we look forward. And then exhale, begin to round through the back body, belly button towards the spine, chin towards the chest. Breathe in. Find your cow pose. And then exhale to cat. Breathe in. Cow pose. Exhale to cat. Breathe in to come back to a neutral spine. And now let's take our hips on a bit of a journey. So moving the hips in a circular motion. Keeping the breath flowing. Worrying less about what this looks like, instead focusing in on how this feels. And then when you feel satisfied with that, you can come back to center, find some stillness here. All right, let's send our right foot back and behind us, toes curled under. Breathe in. And then on your next breath out, let's press into the top of our left foot as we hug our right knee in towards our heart center, nose towards the knee, so we're rounding through the back body. You can think cat pose. And then step your right foot through. Frame that right foot and then walk your left knee back in space for a deeper stretch. So our front knee is in line with the ankle. We're really light on those fingertips. Let's loop our shoulders, tuck in the chin slightly. You got this. Breathe in and out. And then on our next breath in, we send our hands up and towards the sky, palms facing towards one another. So right here, we are pressing into all that is touching the earth to keep us nice, steady, and grounded. If you feel like the balance is being kind of tested here, you can always walk your right foot a little bit closer towards the right edge of your mat. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart in prayer position. Breathe in here. And then exhale, twist over towards your right side, connecting your left elbow to your outer right thigh. Guiding your sternum a little bit closer towards your thumbs. In this revolved twist, you got this. Breathe in and out. And then on our next breath in, we unravel, sending the hands up and towards the sky, and then exhale, floating the hands back down to the earth, framing the right foot and then stepping the right foot back to join the left. Same dance, just on the other side. So send your left foot back and behind you. Breathe in. And then when we breathe out, press into the top of the right foot as we hug our left knee in towards our heart space, nose towards the knee, and then step your left foot through. So once again, feel free to walk that right knee back in space for a deeper stretch. You can also walk your left foot towards the left edge of your mat for more balance and stability in this pose. Breathe in and out. And then on the next breath in, we send our hands up and towards the sky. Sending energy past those fingertips. Breathe in. And then when we breathe out, our hands come to our heart in prayer position. Breathe in. And then exhale to twist over towards the left, connecting our right elbow now with our outer left thigh. Feel free to repeat that affirmation here. I am centered. I am grounded. I am safe. Breathe in and out. And then on our next breath in, we unravel, sending the hands up and overhead. And then exhale, floating the hands back down to the earth, stepping the left foot back to join the right. And we're gonna swing our legs off to one side, coming to a seated position on our mat. Place the soles of your feet on the earth. Our knees point up towards the sky. Place your hands at the backs of your legs. Loop your shoulders, tuck in the chin slightly, creating some length in our back body. Breathe in. And then when we breathe out, begin to lean back, keeping your toes touching the earth. Breathe in. And then when we breathe out, lifting our feet away from the earth. Feel free to, take up some space here between your legs, or you can bring your legs together for more steadiness and ease in this pose. You can point through your toes, flex through your feet, your choice. All right, and then if you are good here, feel free to send your arms out long, palms facing towards the earth. Testing our balance here, you got this. And if you would like a little bit more of a challenge, feel free to dip your toes into some water. So dropping one foot towards the earth at a time. Or you can straighten through one leg at a time. So sending one foot towards the sky at a time. It's a really great way to strengthen those hip flexors. So wherever you are, we are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, coming back to a cross-legged seat. Just giving yourself a little bit of a pet on your belly. Showing some love and appreciation for the body. All right. So you can come to a cross-legged seat, or you can make your way to any comfortable seat of your choice. Let's just loop our shoulders a few times here. Find any kind of gentle movement with your neck that would feel really yummy and supportive for today. And then when you feel happy, bring your hands to heart in prayer position and bow your head. I invite you to close your eyes or maintain a soft gaze. Allow your breath to return back to its natural rhythm. Perhaps you just take a moment to notice how you feel. Maybe you consider some of the postures that we explored here today, ones that perhaps challenged your balance, maybe your response to the challenge. Perhaps you surprised yourself today by exploring a pose that seemed like it was really, really difficult on the outside, but once you gave it a try, you're like, wow, I got this. And finally, we consider our affirmation for our practice. I am centered, I am grounded, I am safe. Did you find this affirmation useful to you today? There's no right or wrong. And perhaps you even consider how you can apply this affirmation off of the mat. Let's breathe in through our nose, and then breathe out through the nose or the mouth. All right, you can open up your eyes now. Thank you so very much for joining me here today. I appreciate you and all the wonderful work that you do. I cannot wait to see you for day number 9 tomorrow, where we will be feeling fine. Take good care and namaste.